let's go through an actual task from beginning to end using these 6 steps that I've told you about. So here is the task up for you. In your workbook, write down step 1. Now write step 2. That's deciding the purpose, setting the context by writing the opening line. It's very important, as I said, to rewrite the words given in the task rubric using your own words. So you might have to paraphrase, such as, instead of saying, look after parents, you might use the phrase, take care of parents. In this letter, as you can see, you have 2 things to do in terms of purpose. One is to give some important information to your friend, and secondly, thank the friend for offering to help. So your opening line could begin by thanking your friend and then possibly even specifying the important work for which you have to go, and finally telling her or him the information that is going to follow in the bullet points. So now write out your opening line. Let's move now to brainstorming, which is step 3 and very crucial to the content of your letter. We'll go through each bullet point systematically. So the first bullet point would require you to write your contact details. So here you could give your email address or your phone number for your friend to contact you while you're away. You could also give the time or the dates when you will be away and when you will be available to answer the phone, for example. Make quick notes about this and move on to the second bullet point. Now note here that the task says parent in the singular, which means you have to decide about one parent. Decide whether it's your mother or your father's physical and mental health condition. So decide in your mind what you're going to be writing about. You can make short notes or a word web here which would have all the vocabulary that you need. I've given you some pointers here, some tips that you can look at and possibly build up your word web from these. Think of medicines that may require to be given, the dose, the time for giving the medicines. Do you think your parent is mobile and can walk or needs assistance, needs a wheelchair? What kind of food does your parent require? Do you have any ideas about the leisure activities for your parent? Would you like to tell your friend a little bit about your parent's habits or some kind of emotional needs? Maybe the parent likes to talk or maybe wants somebody to hold his or her hand and give them some emotional support. Think about all these for your second bullet point. Your third bullet point asks for you to give some additional duties that the friend might be required to look into. So you can make a quick note about 3 or 4 other household duties. I've given you 1 or 2 as a hint. So take a total of about 10 minutes to do this brainstorming just now. What kind of sentence structures are you going to require for this particular letter? Here is a tip about those. Now we come to actual writing the body of the letter. So in your workbook, begin by expanding on the bullet points that you have got, which you did in your brainstorming session. Here you have to write complete sentences using the information that you've noted. So the first bullet point would be about the contact details, your availability. The second would be, again, what the friend would need to do. And the third is about the additional duties. You can take about 15 minutes to do this. Remember that in the actual test, you're going to get a total of 20 minutes to go through these 6 steps. That's from reading the task given to you to finishing your revision. We have taken more time and given you more time for this just now because this is the first practice that you're doing.